This is getting real. America is going to become the crypto capital of the world. We're in full disclosure. You're going to see more disclosure in the next 6 to 9 months than you've ever seen before. It is going to be a massive shock to the system. Now, here's where your stoicism needs to come in. You have to be non-emotional about these markets. You have to be non-emotional about these markets. You have to put on a long-term horizon and really, really deeply understand what is happening. If you're invested in these markets, you're invested in infrastructural change in your financial system. That is not an easy change, and it's not happening overnight. This has been going on for a very, very long time, since the inception of Bitcoin in 2009. Okay. First, they resist it. Then they sue it. Then they regulate it. Then they join it. So we're in the exposure phase, the disclosure phase, and the infrastructural change. So you're going to start to see things happen. You're going to see the ETFs get approved. You're going to see the cases start to get settled. You're going to see a whole new regime come in. They're going to create regulatory framework. Once there's regulatory framework, listen to what I'm saying. Once there's regulatory framework, the institutions are going to start coming in. They're going to be battling as quick as they can to get to faster payments. The whole system in the banking system is going to be all about faster payments and convenience. We know ISO goes live. It's a messaging system. It's not about the cryptos. It's a messaging system that goes live on March 10th. Money's moving at the speed of light. Messaging's moving at the speed of light. And supply chain's moving at the speed of light. So get out of the get rich quick mentality. Get out of the meme coins. Get out of the bullshit and get fundamental long term. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff to cover today. So get a pen and paper out, get ready, and we're going to cover a lot of different things. So Elizabeth Warren, my God, we're gonna watch some videos with her, and then we're gonna see Trump just ripping her apart. And then I'm going to show you a couple things from the Senate hearing. I think it was a Senate hearing around cryptocurrency, and Fed Jerome Powell talking about, man, yeah, it's time to stop debanking people. It's time to let crypto fly. He didn't say that exactly, but that's what I interpreted. So let's watch first the Coinbase commercial. As of yesterday, the U.S. Treasury has been directed to stop making pennies. A year ago, almost to the day, they made this commercial. Check this out.
Being on the penny used to mean something. It was worthy compensation for thoughts. But now it's useless fodder for petty wishes tossed out like common garbage 120 million times a year. Even though it's still technically money. It's tortured, humiliated, forgotten. The currency of choice for paying people back with spite. This is $50, by the way. Why are you doing this? Get me off this piece of scrap metal. Make me digital. Let me soar. Imagine me actually paying for stuff amongst the people again, instantly traveling the globe without fees or friction. Old Abe just wants to be good at being money again. Is that too much to ask for an old top-hatted dreamer?
That's a great commercial, man. And now they're getting rid of pennies. And so that's what I say. There isn't we're about to see some disclosure, but it isn't just a big grand conspiracy. It's just a change of money. So that'll keep your emotions out of it. So what I'm investing in is what I believe will be the infrastructural change of the financial system. And I have a long-term horizon with a short-term exit plan. If it goes up and it does the things we think it's going to do, I exit some and I diversify across things that have been here forever. I use the risk pyramid. So I don't want my portfolio looking like this. I have some high risk assets, some low risk assets, some fundamental assets, and we use the risk pyramid to create that calmness, right? So let's listen to Elizabeth Warren. It's going to be a longer video. Then we're going to listen to Trump's response to what she said. This lady makes $200,000 a year and her net worth is in the millions. It doesn't make any sense, her net worth. Well, maybe she's a good investor. I don't know. We'll see.
We have sharp differences, but I believe you are a principled public servant who cares about this country. We are at an unprecedented moment. Our financial systems are facing huge risks from the economic chaos of President Trump and his
suspensions.
Oh, no. Shoot. I guess they didn't want to hear her. Hold on a second.
If Elon and his hackers, for example, initiate a Treasury Secretary, if Musk and his OMB directors succeed in killing the CFPB, it's like putting a sign on every checking account, every credit card, every mortgage application, and every car loan. Cops have been fired. Let the scams begin. That is not all. Musk and his Doge crew are also rooting through the Treasury's most important payment systems. The financial
They're shaking in their boots, man. They're like, please don't open the books.
plumbing that ensures that billions of payments go through, from Social Security checks to grants for community health centers. No one has verified how they got this access or what they are doing with it. No one has checked whether Americans' financial data has been copied or sold for the personal profit of Mr. Musk. Instead, we've had a series of misleading and conflicting statements by Treasury Secretary Bessent. After receiving public blowback, it appears that Secretary Bessent is now trying to throw the Federal Reserve under the bus. Secretary Bessent claims that Doge can't meddle with the Treasury's payment systems because ultimately the Fed is in control. Now, I'm not sure whether Secretary Bessent doesn't understand how the system works or if he's just trying to shift the blame to you. But I know he is wrong.
She's being a narcissist.
The Fed simply executes the transactions that Treasury instructs. If Elon and his hackers, for example, initiate instructions to choke off payments to their enemies, or if they issue instructions to shut down payment for teachers' aides for kids with special needs, the Fed may have no way of knowing that the instructions were manipulated, and the Fed may have no legal method to override them. Chair Powell, the next 18 months may define your legacy and the country's trust in the Fed as an institution.
The trust in the Fed? The dollar has collapsed about 97% since the Federal Reserve was created. I don't think we have a lot of trust in the Fed, Elizabeth Warren, or you.
I expect that you will work with Democrats and Republicans in Congress if Doge's next move is to try to commandeer the Fed's payment system. I also expect that you will not join the conspiracy to shutter the CFPB. Unlike the Treasury payment instructions, you can see if the CFPB's funding requests have been manipulated. I understand that some extremists have a different view about what the law ought to be, but under the law right now, impoundment is clearly illegal. Do not make the Federal Reserve an accomplice to this illegal act and forever sully the reputation of the Fed. Keep the CFPB funded exactly as the law requires.
Okay, so she just goes on, and they are freaking out. And then here's Trump's response.
President, regarding the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Democrats, including Elizabeth Warren, have said that by freezing it, it's giving big banks and giant corporations the green light to scam families.
Pocahontas, the faker. That was set up to destroy people. She used that as her little personal agency to go around and destroy people. And she's a fake. Just like she said she was an Indian, and she wasn't an Indian. You have more Indian blood in you than she has. She went to college based on the fact that she was an Indian. She got jobs based on the fact that she was an Indian. She's a fake. That was set up to destroy some very good people, and it worked. I mean, it worked. A lot of great people. I'll tell you, before I ever heard the term, people would come up to me in the Midwest and areas that say, "Sir, I'm being destroyed by them." They use that to destroy people.
Very true.
She's a nasty woman. She's a really nasty woman, despite her phony beer commercial. We did the right thing. That was a very important thing to get rid of. And it was also a waste. I mean, number one, it was a bad group of people running it, but it was also a waste. If you looked at when she really ran it, Wow, that was a vicious group of people. They really destroyed a lot of people.
And you can confirm it's your goal is to have it totally eliminated,
I
the
would say,
agency?
yeah, because we're trying to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse.
What's next?
And didn't I hear that somebody made like $38 million or something
Mhm.
running a little agency? What was her name? What was her name? And what did she do? And what was that all about? All the money that she made? Does anybody know? Okay. Yeah, Brian, go ahead.
Trump said we'll be on an even playing field monetarily sooner than we know it. And here's Cynthia Loomis, who is our ally out there. Check this out. It's coming, guys. This is the whole infrastructural changes here.
Do you commit to disciplining or removing any staff that are found to have engaged in debanking activity, furthering Operation Choke Point 2.0, or other misconduct?
I can't make an open-ended commitment to remove anybody, but I will tell you that
Listen,
I am struck,
listen.
and my colleagues and I are struck by the growing number of cases of what appears to be debanking, and we're determined to take a fresh look at that. In fact, I took the thing that you showed during the
Huge for crypto,
debanking
guys.
hearing. When I saw that,
Listen,
we're now taking that out of the manual.
boom. Jerome Powell is flipping sides, guys. If there is a side to flip, he's flipping sides. You can feel it. So they are all in on Operation Choke Point 2.0. They are finding out that they were specifically choking off crypto companies. Brad Garlinghouse told his personal story. People were debanked. They were literally using these agencies to destroy people that were trying to innovate. So we're going to listen. This is the same hearing that Elizabeth Warren is right next to this gentleman, but I want you to hear this piece around this. We still got a little bit to go. This stuff is very important to understand.
Chairman, I look forward to your comments and your testimony. I will simply say that I believe that weaponizing an independent agency like the Fed for liberal positions, from debanking crypto, bank stress test, and the green financing scheme, is not calling balls and strikes as a fair referee. And I hope that we are getting ready to clean that slate, start afresh, and focus on a healthy economy. Ranking Member Warren.
Okay, so that's what he said. He's right next to Warren as she's sitting there just going ballistic on, complete opposite. Okay, so this is a little bit more here.
And your actions have a global impact. You have the opportunity and responsibility of leading this country in the right direction economically, and I thank you for your commitment to having a conversation with all of us about how you do that well. You and I had a conversation yesterday. Some of it was frustrating, some of it was illuminating, but in the end, my goal is to make sure that the American people, and specifically those working paycheck to paycheck, have more opportunities to succeed, not fewer. You have said that the Fed is not against innovation, and banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks. Yet you have admitted that the threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in crypto activities. Last week, I held a hearing on debanking and once again heard that federal banking agencies, in particular the Fed, use reputational risk as a tool to encourage the debanking of certain legal industries and law-abiding citizens for political reasons not tied to safety and soundness. Debanking is a top priority for this committee, and it certainly is for me, and one that I believe is a bipartisan issue. Will you commit to working with this committee to end debanking, including working with the new Vice Chair of Supervision, once appointed, to revise the Federal Reserve supervision manuals to remove reputational risk as a tool to weigh in on political topics?
I'm happy to make that commitment.
Thank you, sir.
Boom. We're here, guys. This is it. I just feel Jerome Powell is flipping. If there is a side to flip, right, he's supposed to be neutral. And he is the Fed. They're supposed to control money supply and job markets, right? There is a big seismic shift happening. And that's what I focused on since 2020. When I started to discover this, I got out of all the emotion. It took me a couple years to get here. But I'm telling you, this is how I built financial freedom for my family. I did the opposite of what everybody else was doing. Remember, somebody is buying, somebody is selling. These markets are just fully emotional. I know that sounds like elementary, but it's true. Somebody's selling, somebody's buying. Okay. It's all based on emotion, especially cryptocurrency. Right now, everybody's freaking out. It's sideways. There is so much manipulation going on right now. Think about this. Institutions are getting ready to come in. The big whales are trying to create buying opportunities. The market is so thin, so unbelievably thin. But on the other side, since Trump has become president, XRP went up 500%. So you have to get out of the get rich quick mentality, put yourself into a 30,000 foot overview and start to look at the infrastructural change, right? So what I do is I hold Bitcoin. I buy it every single day. And when it dips, I buy more. I'm working to accumulate as much as I can. I buy XRP every single day. It's my number one holding. Okay. It's always been my number one holding. I believe in XRP and Bitcoin as my top 1 and 2, and I believe they will be number 1 and number 2, and they will radically transform the financial system as we know it. I believe there will be a Bitcoin strategic reserve or a crypto reserve. You have 16 states that have already applied for it. Some have already in the approval process. We're going to have a Bitcoin strategic reserve or a crypto bag reserve, and we're going to have a sovereign wealth fund where cryptocurrency, oil, all different commodities will be in there, and they're going to start to create an opportunity for the normal everyday American to have an even playing field for us to get our shit together. Okay, where you literally could get more money in your pocket and you have the opportunity to invest in these capital markets to grow your finances. But remember, they did not teach us how money worked. If you don't rewire the foundation, you're going to end up in the exact same situation. They taught us to go to school, get a job, and trade time for money. In America, we save after we spend. We should be saving and then spending what is left afterwards. That is the problem. The American dream was an American trap. What we do is we spend and then we save, and there's nothing left because we have 74-month auto loans. We have 30-year mortgages that we can't afford, these homes that we can barely afford. We have cars that we can barely afford. And as we get pay raises, we never make more money. We buy more stuff. That's how we've been taught. We saw our grandparents do it. We saw our parents do it. And now we are doing it. What we have to do is we have to save and then spend afterwards. And what you do is if you want something, then you buy it with an asset, but only and only when your family is taken care of by your assets. That's it. Work to use cash generating assets. You can use cryptocurrency like I did. I profited. I pulled it down the risk pyramid. I built some safety for my family with cash value life insurance. I use Index Universal Life. It's worked very well for me. My partner have almost 11 policies, right? It's something we really, really believe in and for our family and security and compounding and being our own bank. Then we have a little bit of silver. We have multiple companies generating cash. We don't buy big houses and fancy stuff, not at this point. We put it back into things like, I get paid income, goes into cryptocurrency, goes into my ETF dividend strategy, goes into my insurance policies, and then we transmute that energy. And then when we want something, we buy it with an asset, right? You want to use debt to create income. You don't want to use debt to fulfill your need or fulfill your dopamine or your want. And that's why I always preach, stay out of the meme coin game, guys. Like you're going to get wrecked 100% of the time. You may win a couple, but I guarantee you think you're going to do it again. That is not healthy. It's not a good behavior. It's not natural. It's not how money is made. It's not biblical. It's not even close to being biblical. Wealth made hastily will go away. It should be patient. It should be slow. It should be methodical, and you should have a foundation before you ever get wealth. So I hold Bitcoin 100%. I'm exiting 50% of all my other coins. I'm bringing it down the risk pyramid, cash value life insurance, max funding those policies first, a little bit more precious metals. I need to get more real estate for tax liabilities. I'm good with my businesses now. I have plenty of cash generating businesses. I'm using a dividend ETF strategy. I'm taking those profits, putting text away for taxes, and then I'm de-risking back into Bitcoin and XRP. That's exactly what I'm doing. So this is very, very exciting time. So I love you guys. I hope this information helps. Please check out our free education area on this channel as well. I try to share with you exactly what I'm doing on a whiteboard. I have more videos coming out this week. I think that's what I got for you. So big warning, I will never DM you. I'm not commenting on your portfolio or your profile, and I will not help you invest crypto. We do not invest people's crypto. We do not have a trading platform. You'll never send anybody money pretending to be me, ever. We don't invest people's money. Okay. What we do have for you is an education platform, the Coach JV Academy, or see the 3T Warrior Academy. It's subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision creation, market calls, Q&A calls where you can ask questions. thousands of hours of education to help support you so you understand what's going on. We've helped 10,000 people worldwide get their shit together. Then on the other side, completely separate from our 3T Warrior Academy, you'll see a needs assessment down there. I get hundreds of messages on how I use cash value life insurance. What I do may not work for you. So we can show you our banking concept, the bank on yourself concept, but it's more importantly what you need. So fill out the needs assessment. My team will text you, call you, email, and you'll share with you around how to insure your family, the banking concept. We can move old 401ks, annuities, and we can help you in all 50 states and Canada. It's called the needs assessment, completely free consultation. We don't get paid by the client. Just want to protect you guys. Okay. I think that's all I got. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Love you guys.